guys, I'm Gagasita and welcome to my channel. Welcome to this beauty space where we just love to share our love for new makeup, old makeup, indie brands, main street brands, you know, everything about makeup. So if you like this kind of content, please don't forget to subscribe and leave me a thumbs up. And today's video is gonna be all about a new to me indie brand, and it's gonna be this beautiful palette. This one is the Ensley Cosmetics palette. This one is a collab between Ensley Cosmetics and Brittany Huffman. I don't really know neither of them. Yeah, I know, so ignorant. But when I saw this palette on MonoLith is a European store that brings here to Europe some really unique indie brands. You can find there, I brought from them Adapt, I brought from them some Adapt palettes, some brands that are not easy to me, you know, unearthly. There are a lot of really good, nice indie brands there. So if you are like me and you live in Europe and you want to come to know a little bit unique indie brands, go there. The shop experience is so freaking nice. But today it's not gonna be about the MonoLith experience, it's gonna be more about trying this palette here. This one is the Midwinter Dream palette, and to me, this palette here, it's a really unique. I know it's out of season. We are into spring right now. I know they launched this palette here on December, and I really felt in love with the color story. This palette contains 21 shadows, 5 multi-chromes, 4 shimmery duochrome, 2 lax diamond duochrome, and 1 diamond matte, 2 shimmers, and 7 velvet matte. I saw some reviews of this palette, but I still wanna try it by myself because, first of all, I love palettes with multi-chromes. I really wanna try more brands because I tend to keep on buying the same brands over and over again. So I was like, okay, so let me try this new to me indie brand. So let's try it together. Let's do some swatches, and then I'm gonna do a first impression look, and in another video we'll come back to show you more looks and a full-on review on this palette here. Okay, so in their site there isn't any color description, but I see they sell some singles too, so yay, really nice. I love singles as much as I love my palettes, so for me it's a really nice new. I hope I like their quality. In this way I can buy some singles too, maybe in the future. Let me know if you like, if you prefer palettes or singles. I feel that sometimes I love singles, sometimes I prefer palettes. It's just, I know I am a really moody person, so I change moods a lot, so it can be it, right? But let's do some swatch. The first color I'm gonna swatch is the shade NYX, which you can see. It's like I will describe it to be a multi-chrome that shifts purple, gold, green and blue. Let me swatch it here on my arm too. This color here, it's really creamy when you touch it, but it's a lot of texture. I will say that the mica, it's a little bit on large sides. I'm gonna swatch the color down below, this one here, which is Bira. This one, it's completely different when you look at it up and close. It's like a peachy. It has larger mica particles, and it's like a peachy that shifts pink and blue. It's really, wow, really nice color. And then we're gonna swatch the color Winterberry, which is this color here. And this one, it's a matte, so it's a really easy one. and it's like a peachy matte. I will say it's a medium saturation peachy shade. It swatches pretty nice, right? It doesn't swatch really bad. Now let's do the second row. Now I'm gonna swatch the color Done Dry here. Oh yeah, this one looks like flakes. It's really flaky. I don't know if you can see on my finger, but can you see how much flaky this one? This one looks almost like a pressed flake. The sheen of this one here, it's really out there, and I will say, yeah, it's really peachy, really flaky. You will need to work a lot this color here, and I will say that from my angle I see gold, a little bit of, yeah, gold teal, and a little bit of purple pink. It's wow, this color, it's crazy looking, and I feel this one is gonna be really hard to work on to make it work, you know. It's really flaky. Let's hope for the best. Underneath it we have the color Snow Nymph. Oh wow, this one is an extremely foiled rose gold shade. It does remember me a lot of the formula on the Minka palette, you know, those shimmer on the Minka palette from the Adapt. And then the last color of this row is this lilac shade here, which is the shade Rebirth, and it's a really, oh, it doesn't swatch really well. Let me do a second layer. And it's like a pinky lavender shade, really pastel. This one here will probably need some help, because just from the swatch I will say that it's not the most pigmented color ever. But you know, new brand, I don't really know the brand, so the swatches don't tell me the whole story. But I still like to do that. Okay, so now let's go for the third row, and we have the color Morana, this one here. Oh boy, someone said multi-crown. Oh wow, this one here, it's like a pinky lavender base, pinky mauvey base that shift this gold, this chartreuse gold shade. I know chartreuse is more green, but think of a chartreuse golden. This is exactly what I can see, and I can see the purple, the mauvey purple pink base, and this shift, it's so out there, beautiful. Then the second color of this row is the shade Boreas. This one here, and this one, it feels really smooth when you touch it, and it's like a pink that shifts blue. I will say that this one is the more old, you know, old kind of shimmer, you know, really smooth and beautiful. This one here to me will look amazing as inner corner accent because of the texture. Really beautiful color, really smooth, but still the shift is still there. You can really see the dual chrome, beautiful color. And then the last color of this row is gonna be this color here, which is the shade Scatty. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm butchering the names of this palette, but as you can hear from my accent, English isn't my first language, so don't come for me. And this color here, I would describe it to be a medium mauvey color. Beautiful. Yeah, it still doesn't swatch like the best. It still appears to be a little bit patchy on the swatches, but let's hope that on the eyes it won't be like that. Then we have the color Kuraokami. Is that it? Kuraokami. And this color, oh boy, you can see the blue base that shifts that chartreuse gold gold, and it has a little bit of purple pink on it. And let me see here. Yeah, you can see it's that chartreusey shift, but the base is more of a blue base, and you can see I don't know what are you seeing. Yeah, you can see it's amazing. I really don't know how to describe this color, sorry. Now I know why they didn't put any description, because there is no way you can describe this wonderfulness with words. There is no words to describe it. Then we have the color Marsana, this color here, and this color here has a medium-sized particles, and it does shift from that purple, that lavender pink to that blue. Honestly, it's the same color of this color here. It's the same color. It just changes the texture. I will put a close-up for you so you can see the two colors compared. They are really similar. I will say that they are the same color but in different texture. The Marsana one is more textured and has larger mica size, you know? Interesting choice. And then underneath we have the color Lockwood Forest. And this one I would describe to be your classic teal shade. Not really deep, not really light. It's more of a medium teal shade. This one swatches really nicely though, really nice. Then we have the color Reflection. And I will say this one is your classic metallic pink shade. I like what this color brings to this palette because of the texture, because it's a really unique texture on this color here, and I am going out of space. Underneath it we have the color Kioni here. This one feels really wet when you touch it, and the sides, the mica sides, I will say that the mica sides are medium, and you can see it shift a lot. It shifts like from this turquoise blue to gold to pink. It's a rainbow. It's like a turquoise with a rainbow shift. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And the last color of this row is the shade Cypress, which is a classic deep dark forest green, and I will have to swatch it on my bone. Yeah, here you have it, your classic emerald green. I like how she thought of the mattes, because I can see these two working amazingly together, and I can see these two really contrasting each other really beautifully. And let's go for the second to last row, and the first color is this Hibernal Solstice. I will describe, I don't know what they will describe this color, but I will describe it to be a burgundy satin finish color. I have to swatch it here, I'm sorry about that, but I am going out of space here. So here you have it, this satin burgundy shade. It does remember me that shimmer formula from the Mica palette. A really beautiful color though. Now I'm gonna swatch the color Frigid here. And this one is your classic deep dark plummy purple shade. My swatches are sucks, but you got it. And we gonna start to swatch the last row. And the first color, it's a matte. It's a really nice, extremely is the shade Transformation, Transformation. And Transformation, it's a matte shade and it's like a extremely deep dark cool tone brown. I will say it's almost black, which we love it. And then we have the color Midwinter. I will say Midwinter is it's a black base that shifts a little bit on the smoky purple and has some bronze sparkles in it. Beautiful. My swatches sucks, I'm so sorry. Sorry! And then the last color of this palette is the shade Winter Solstice, which is that sequin black shade, and it has I will say it has rainbow sparkles into it. Yeah, this kind of color doesn't really wow me, but it's there, it's nice. Yeah, okay, so this is the color story. What can I say about the color story? This color story, it's really beautiful. The mattes kind of scare me because it doesn't seem to be the most pigmented, you know, they seem to be a little bit on the not pigmented side, but the shimmers, there are a lot of different texture in shimmers. You have some classic shimmers, some smooth duochromes, some extremely textured multi-chromes, some flakes. There is a lot going on this palette here. So I bought this palette here pretty much just for the shimmers, but you know, it feels good to use it. Okay, let me clean my arm a little bit. And now it's time to do the first impression. Maybe now you're too close and you're seeing too much. Let's pretend you're seeing something perfect, okay? So, you know what? As primer, I'm gonna use my All About Face one. You know what? I'm gonna start with the darker color. I will start with this purple down here because usually purples are hard to do. I'm gonna use my Sigma E25 and right now I'm placing this color on my outer V. For it being a purple, it isn't patchy. I was expecting a lot of patchiness because of the swatch and because of it being a purple. I wanna blend this color by itself just to see how it blends. So far it seems to be blending pretty well. What do you think? Now I'm gonna grab my Sigma E36 and I just spot clean it so it's not dirty. Oh yeah, it's dirty, but it's spot cleaned, so there is no eyeshadow here. I wanna start to blend that color with the shader Rebirth here. I'm placing that color in the edges of the purple and I'm stopping in the middle of my, you know, my new crease, the crease that I just created. It doesn't seem to have a lot of issues to blending itself. I feel they are blending pretty good. All the reviews I saw, people was saying that they are hard to blend. It doesn't seem that hard to blend. I'm placing a little bit of that shade underneath the first purple just to help it blend in the edges too. I hope you can see. To me, it doesn't seem that hard to blend at all. Now I wanna grab that peachy shade down here, which is the color Winter Berry, and with my refer number 12, which is this really fat pencil brush, I will put that color in the inner part of my crease, and I will connect it to the purple here. So far so good, you guys. The kick up in the palette isn't insanely crazy, so it's okay. Oh yeah, there is actually any kick up and it does blend pretty well to me. My first impression is that the mattes are really good. Really good. Maybe, I don't know, let me build this purple a little bit more. So far I have no issues with the mattes. It's not bad at all. You know what? Now I wanna grab that extremely dark shade here and I'm gonna place this color on my lower lash line. Okay, and now I'm gonna grab the medium teal shade here with a pencil brush that I just spot clean it so you cannot come for me, okay? And I wanna blend this green with that color. I feel that I look like a serial killer when I'm trying to watch my viewfinder and at the same time blend the color underneath here. There is no cute way to do this. And now with my Sigma E36 again, I'm gonna re-grab the color Rebirth and place that color really close here, just to give me some kind of continuation. Well, so far I can only say that the mattes are pretty standard good mattes, okay? Let's do something with the shimmers. So my favorite way to use shimmers is with a synthetic brush. It's like my favorite way. So let's try with a synthetic brush, and if I don't like, I will use something else. But right now, let me start with it. And as base, I'm gonna use, of course, a glitter glue. Now I'm placing that glitter glue right just on the middle of my lid. I don't know if I already told you. I think I told you, but I don't remember. I do prefer work on you know, small areas when it comes to my glitter glue, because I feel that I have more control over what's happening to my eye. Over that glitter glue, I'm gonna start with that color here, which is the shade Cone. I don't actually know. Sorry. Are you kidding me? Oh wow, I am impressed. Look at this. Oh boy, I feel that I just did this look with the Beauty Bay palette. Am I tripping? Am I doing the same look twice? Well, I'm using two completely different palettes, so it's not my fault. It's the fault of brands doing all the same thing. No, it's definitely my fault. Okay, let me grab a little bit of that dark purple and let me clean a little bit the edges of that shimmer shade here. Okay. So far, so good. Let me grab another synthetic brush. I'm gonna use this one here, which is a little bit smaller. This one is one that came in some palette of mine, and you can see it's broke. It's fine, it's okay. And again, I feel that I'm gonna use again synthetic brush and glitter glue. Now I'm placing the glitter glue in my inner corner, going a little bit over where I just placed the other color here. So in this way, I hope that I can make them blend a little bit better. And I want to use that color here. Okay, I may take too much of that color. I don't really enjoy the texture of those more how am I gonna say? I don't really enjoy the texture of those more flaky colors. I feel that they just don't seem to work right. And now I am with a silicone brush with nothing over it, just trying to smooth it out a little bit more, because I am not really loving that texture. I don't have a lot of experience with this extremely foiled shade, so it might be it's the problem, you know. Okay, with a synthetic brush, I want to add a little bit more of that first color, just here where the two colors meet, just to make it a little bit more on the blended side, because I am not really loving that color, the way it makes my eye textured. I don't know, there is something that I like but I don't love. I needed to work more with this palette. Maybe the next time I will love it more. I don't know if I hate it or if I love it. I may love it, but I am not sure. By the way, guys, the way my lids are feeling now, I'm feeling the queen of the shift. You know what? Since I have my silicone brush here, iridescent shade here, the color NYX, and with just the tip of my brush, I will try to put that color in my inner corner on my lower lash line. Okay, so now it's time to experiment. I will grab this gel liner here. This one is from e.l.f. It's from their game collection. It was a limited edition one, but it's just this extremely pretty lilac-y mauve shade, and I wanna try to draw a line here and stop right there. And now I'm gonna grab the same liner, and I'm doing a line just here in the outer part of my eye. I'm gonna grab the same color and I'm gonna put it on my waterline. Now I wanna do a little bit of black liner just to contour my eyes. Okay, now let me put some lashes and I'm gonna be right back. Okay, so this is the look with the lashes. I'm wearing the Shane lashes, those ones here. Not my favorite, but they got the job done, so it's fine, right? It's fine. And now I grabbed my trusty and loved highlighter brush. This one is from Sigma F03, and I wanna use one of those beautiful iridescent colors as highlighter. So I'm gonna use this one here, that is the most chunky. It seems to be a really bad idea. Let's hope for the best. Oh yeah, that's definitely a bad idea. Oh, I love the way it's shifted though. Really nice shifty shift. Can you see how much this color is textured? It just takes some glitters. That's fine, right? Let me put on the other side here. This brush here makes miracles. It makes every single highlighter works, even those more textured ones. You just needed to make it to work it a little bit more. I changed the lip. Before I was using this discontinued one from Ensley Cosmetics. This one is in the shade Fatal. This is my favorite nude ever, and they just discontinued. Hate that. Hate. But over it, I decided to put a little bit of this one here. This one is the shade Brink from ColourPop. Is one of those, you know, those lipsticks, and yeah, it's a little bit more on the pinkier side, so on my mind it was making more sense than this wonderful one, just for this look here. But you know what, I was looking at it and I am like, can I maybe put a little bit of this highlighter here, the NYX, the one that I used on my inner corner, just over, as you know, just in the middle of my lips. So I will grab it with my finger and I will put it on the middle of my lip. And now I'm pressing. I love how it brings some uniqueness to my lips. My lips still feels really creamy. Honestly, I will never use this one here out, but it's fine. It's kind of, well, I don't really love it, but it's fine. It was just a test. And I like the way it shifts. Okay, it's okay. Let's talk about my first impression of the palette. Okay, now that you are a little bit further, we can talk about the palette. First of all, I love this look. It shifts really nice, and I I have some thoughts about the palette. Of course, this is just a first impression, not a review at all, but it's fine just to let you know my first impression, because usually when it comes to a shadow palette, they don't really change too much. You know, you can find a color that you don't like, but usually the first impression are just right. First of all, the packaging, it's really nice. It feels good on your hand. It feels expensive, and the color story is beautiful, beautiful. You have a lot of textures going on here, and the palette goes from really light to really dark without being repetitive. There are 21 colors. They are not magnetic. I tried. Unfortunately, they are not magnetic. I feel that I will love this palette even more if the colors were magnetic, because I can imagine 100 more palettes created but with this palette here. I wish it was magnetic, but it isn't. It's fine, it's fine. First impression wise, I am really impressed. I feel that there are some texture here that I needed to get to know a little bit better. For example, this color here, it's a really flake, the one that I use as highlighter. It's really flake, and I don't really know how I'm gonna make it work on my eye, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it with you in another video. And you can create something really ethereal, really, you know, this fairy, ethereal, romantic look, and at the same time you can create something really grunge and dramatic and out there. I love it. I love when palettes brings you more than one mood. The mattes are good. I have to try them more. You know, mattes are you needed to try mattes more, because they needed to be easy to blend, easy to build, and they need to be really pigmented, and those seems to be the case when it comes to this palette here. But I needed to test it more, because I saw a lot of people saying that this palette it's like the best when it comes to the mattes. So I am like, yeah, but I actually like them, so I wanna try more to see why people don't really love their matte formula. I am enjoying the palette so far, but let me know down below if you have this palette here, if it's your first time hearing about this brand here, and if you like. I wanna know if you prefer indie brands or main street, and if you prefer palettes or singles, okay? Let me know down below. I am so curious to know everything about your preference. But right now I wanna leave you with a huge kiss and see you soon. Bye bye!